С самого первого дня, когда я, как говорю, я уже покаялся,
Since
представил
the
перед Ним,
first
я
day
просто открыл свое
I
сердце, я вышел искренне.
repented, I opened my heart to Him.
И это было искренне с моей стороны, я просто сказал,
And
если это
it was
есть.
sincerity from my side,
И Он искренне ответил мне.
and He was sincere with
Я не знаю,
answering
сколько
me.
времени прошло, сколько я на коленях стоял,
I
говорил,
don't
не
know how
говорил,
long I was on my knees,
но Он просто меня, то есть окутал своей любовью.
but He has surrounded me with His love.
Have thine own way, Lord, have thine own way. Thou art the potter, I am the clay. Mold me and make.
Then you say Alex and Lonnie, take two, then you clap.
After thy will.
My name is Alex Sinkin. This is my wife Lani Sinkin. Before this Svitlana. I'm from Ukraine.
So we left Ukraine in 1998 as refugees for religious persecution. My family was persecuted for being Christian during communism times. So we came to New York in 1998 and I was 14, and we moved to California when I was 15. It was not good because I was a teenager and no English. I guess kids were laughing at me because for them it was a surprise and almost an adult who doesn't speak any English. But I think it let me grow closer to God because I started writing poems during that time. Yeah.
What were your poems like?
They were prayers. They were like, God, I know that you're there and you will let me grow through this. Yeah, I felt like I was able to pour myself out, and maybe not in prayers as much as poems, because every time I reread those poems, they're alive still. They were my heart, basically poured out into paper. Because of Soviet life, many parents, they had barrier where they couldn't get too like soft with kids. Everything had to be let's go, let's go, let's go. And my dad is blind, so my mom was filling for two roles basically. I think I would say I was closer to my dad because he had so much time. He was blind, and he was probably the one who brought us closer to God. Growing up, he, like, whenever we would get in fights, he wouldn't be able to like stop us because he's blind. So he would ask us, let's pray, and we would get angry, like, why would you pray, you know, like when you're angry. Alex couldn't understand when we got married that I would take Bible and go pray whenever we got into a little argument. He would like, we were just in an argument, why would you go and talk to God, you know, like you were in this problem just now. And I guess as child, that's how I used to resolve the problems. And I think whenever we prayed as family, as children, we didn't understand, but after a prayer, we didn't want to fight anymore. So God's peace would come, and we were able to play together. And I think it taught us a lot to resolve our issues with each other. I think Christians, we kind of start looking like the world people because we want all our life to be planned out. And we kind of say the same thing, unless I have a banana a day, unless I have enough money for the college, unless I have a house, I'm not going to do things for the Lord. And people who don't know God, they're left out without knowing Him, and the world comes up with their ideas and implants it, and people become even worse than what they could have been, reached out and come closer to God. And even we lose the children instead of bringing people into the church.
Ну, я родился 1977 году, и не в христианской семье.
He was born in 1977 in a non-Christian family.
Моя прабабушка считается, она была как православной.
His great-grandmother, she was an Orthodox Christian.
Были иконы, и она
She
мне
had
читала,
some icons and
читала детскую
a
Библию,
kid's
помню.
Bible.
Когда она читала детскую Библию,
But when she was reading the kid's Bible,
я тащил деньги из-под матраса, знал, где заначка
I
есть.
was stealing money from under the bed mattress.
Она знала, видела это
She knew it and she saw it.
и говорила, что запомни, говорит, будет локоть близко, но ты его не укусишь.
She told me once, you will have your elbow really close, but you won't be able to bite it.
Что это значило для меня, она вообще ничего не значила в тот
It didn't
момент.
mean anything at that time.
Я все на улице, бегать с друзьями, куда-то тратить деньги эти.
But I was excited to spend money and run around with friends.
Я рано потерял
I
отца,
lost my
который был
dad
для меня.
early.
Я воспитывался хорошим,
He was a good father.
Я был счастлив.
My family was pretty good.
What happened to your dad?
He was coming back from work and he was hit by a car.
Если ты, живешь на улице, не то, что
So
живешь
if
на улице, часто
you grow on
пребываешь.
streets, you need to be strong, you need to present yourself. And he said, I was leading double life.
Что мне думала, а сам
In front
творил
of his
дела.
mom, he was trying to be good, so she wouldn't think anything. But behind her back, he was doing things.
И когда приходила полиция,
So when
искала
police
меня,
would show
она
up,
удивлялась,
she would be surprised, what's wrong with my son? It started as something innocent, but then it would grow into something worse. And he also, a stepfather came into their family, so he wanted to stay out of family as much as he could. I could add he was abusive stepfather. And they would just live double life in a family. He was trying to look like a good person.
Там где-то обворуем, ограбим, разденем кого-то.
So him and his friends, and they vandalized somebody's home, got some jewelry, and his friends got caught, but he didn't, and they told that he was with them. He already had, with previous, he was like a home arrest, but they added all these things up into a whole bouquet, which made it into, they asked for 6 years.
And so, how old were you?
Мне было тогда 16-17 лет, когда меня...
16, 17 years.
И я...
They gave you 6 years at 16 years old?
Прокурор сказал, что такие люди должны быть
So
сидеть в тюрьме.
they told him, people like you are supposed to be staying in jail, and he was asking to join army, because sometimes I guess they would send people to hot spots, but they said no, since he was a minor still.
Я как-то уже был приготовлен, что сказать, как
He,
сказать.
of course, tried to prepare himself of what to say, how to present himself. But when he woke up the first morning and saw that this is his reality, the stealing and stuff, that was not a good impression.
Did you cry or no?
Ну. Она плакать — это вид слабости.
It's you're weak if you cry there.
И он мне говорит, когда меня забрали на больничку,
So when he was going to the hospital, his brother told him, "We will be praying for you." And the church that was coming from the city to preach in the prison, they were praying also, and he got healed during being in staying in a hospital from his gastritis, even not being Christian.
What did you think about that?
Nothing.
He didn't.
I don't know about this,
Just lucky, huh?
Yeah, just luck, yeah.
I was talking to my brother on
Я,
the-
конечно, забыл за эту молитву.
I forgot about the prayer.
Я же везучий.
I am the lucky person.
И приезжает мой брат
And after that, my brother comes
и приглашает меня обратно в церковь, а брат говорит о
comes
Боге.
by and tells me about God and invites me to church.
Я говорю, come on, опять ты.
I said, no, not again.
Он тогда жил у одной бабушки.
At that time, he lived at an older lady's home.
К моему удивлению, она приняла как родного.
She accepted me as her own.
Ее звали Нина Григорьевна,
Her
помню.
name was Nina.
Но тут началось у меня внутри как бы,
But inside of me,
о чем они
something
поют?
was fighting,
То есть
trying
есть
to
песня
understand what they were
такая,
singing,
«Сын мой, как долго я
especially
ждал,
about the
вернись ко
prodigal
мне».
son, where the father is asking, return to me.
Меня, так как я рано
And
потерял
since I
отца,
lost my father early,
я говорю,
I
ты можешь, да?
was thinking, how could he do that to his father?
но вот эти музыка вот эта,
But this music,
она что-то изменяла, и
it
я
was
как бы,
changing something.
я сказал, окей,
And I agreed.
я
I
я
said,
пойду в
okay.
собрание, если мне
I
скажут
will
это,
come to
пойдем это
church,
единопокаяние еще
And
раз,
if they invite us to
я
repent,
пойду, я
I
выйду.
will come up to the front.
Я пришел в собрание,
I came to church.
ждал, когда мне скажут
I
это.
was waiting for the invitation.
Дождался.
I received the invitation.
Я вышел,
I came to the front,
я не помню, что мне пастор там
and I
говорил.
don't remember what the pastor was saying.
Я не один был, я помню.
And I remember I wasn't the only one.
Сказали, преклони колени.
So they asked us to kneel down.
Сказали, просто обратитесь к Богу,
And
повторяйте
they
за мной.
said, reach out to God. Repeat after us the prayer.
Но когда я закрыл глаза,
But when I closed my eyes,
то есть какое-то белое полотно такое передо мной.
I had like a white curtain in front of me.
И знаете, вот эта вся жизнь, которую я считал, что это круто. Это...
And the things that I thought that were cool,
Я приходил в собрание, смотрел на них как ненормально, а
I
я же
was looking at
я
these Christian
нормальный.
people like they're crazy, and I'm the cool person.
И мне показалось, что как это все гадко и грязно.
But God showed me how my life was dirty and disgusting,
И показал мне, что Он может
and
предложить мне.
showed me what He can offer me.
Я просто хочу это.
And I wanted it.
Знаете, до этого я чувствую отцовскую любовь. Но это больше как-то,
I have felt Father's love, but this was something more than that.
как бы окутал меня.
It was like surrounding me.
Ну все, молитва закончилась. Меня поздравили.
When the prayer was done, everybody congratulated me,
И все.
and that's all.
У меня появилась куча вопросов.
I had so many questions.
Что мне теперь с этим делать?
What can I do with them?
И я, знаете, махнул рукой, думаю, поехал я домой к маме.
And I said to myself, I'll go back home to my mom.
Что-то не то со мной это. Думаю.
Something happened wrong with me.
То есть я первый раз плакал.
That was for the first time in a long time I cried.
Желание служить Богу,
Longing to serve God.
я понимал, что я пришел к Богу 21 год.
Understood that I came to God and I was 21.
Я понимал, что полжизни уже...
Half of my life has been lived through.
Я видел людей, которые с детства верующие.
I saw people that were Christians from childhood.
Я смотрел, они другие.
And they were different.
И где-то даже завидовал им.
I was a little jealous of them.
Потому что они не затронулись то, что я в их годы уже прожил.
They didn't see the life that I went through.
И я поехал на миссию,
I went to be a missionary
это Черный Яр,
in a little village called Chorny Yar.
где-то 100 майлов или
It was
150
about
майлов.
150 miles away from the city I was from.
И был там Виктор Савчук, он до
There
сих пор
was
там.
a missionary named Victor.
И я стал ему помогать.
I started helping him.
И так получился мой рост. И,
That's how I was growing.
а там и была и наша свадьба со Светой.
And that's where we got married.
Этот мир ты пришел, и ты скоро уйдешь, будешь счастлив душой, если
We believe that every person
Который встречается с
who
нами,
is in our life
это не простая случайность.
is not an coincidence.
То есть Бог доверяет.
God believes in us.
Моя цель,
My goal
то есть, чтобы я был способен указать путь к
able
Богу.
to show the way to God.
Не в церковь,
Not to church even,
но к Богу.
but to God.
Мое желание, чтобы люди, открывая Библию вместе с нами,
My hope that when people open Bible with us,
чтобы это производило изменения в
it
их
would
жизни.
change their life
Как это изменение произошло в моей жизни.
like it happened in my life.
3 момента для христиан, это нам
I
нужно
would
искать,
say three really important things for Christians
это
is to
искать Его
seek God
каждый день.
every day.
Когда мы просыпаемся, просто,
As we
Просыпаться
wake up with Him,
второе, это слушать Его.
is to hear Him. The second thing is to hear Him.
И третье, я думаю, что делать.
And the third thing is to do what He actually says.
Господь, благослови, Господь Боже, людей, Господь, которые здесь, Господь Боже, благослови. Мы просим, молим Тебя, Господь Боже, стучись до сердец, Господь Боже, влеки, Господь, к себе, Господь Боже. Я прошу Тебя.
Я видел и до сих пор вижу чудеса,
And
которые
I
вокруг
see
меня.
miracles around me.
И то есть я помолился, я знаю, что Господь меня, я чувствую, что Господь меня слышит.
And I feel that God
Я
hears
чувствую,
me.
когда я что-то не так делаю, что Он
And
огорчается.
I actually feel that
Я не
His
знаю, как это
sadness
объяснить.
whenever I do something wrong.
Я не знаю, как это объяснить, но она
I
чувствуется.
don't know how to explain it, but I feel it.
Вроде тебе никто не говорит, что это
No one
неправильно.
tells me that I did something
Но ты
wrong,
чувствуешь, что что-то не то.
but I sense it that something is wrong.
И открываешь Слово Божие,
And when I
читаешь,
open Bible,
и ты чувствуешь, что именно это к тебе.
and I know when God is speaking to me,
То есть да, Он стал моим отцом.
and He did become my father.
Мы не тоже какие-то такие особенные,
We're not any special,
но мы стараемся
but
попросить у
we
Бога
try to ask God
не как легче, а как правильно.
not what is easier, but what is right,
И где мы будем, может быть, полезны.
and maybe where we will be more useful for Him.
Цель наша мечта, что здесь,
Our dream is that here
в городе Астине,
in Austin
была живая,
would be a living
живая церковь,
church
где люди будут открывать Библию
where people would be opening Bibles,
и просто питаться сокровищами Божьими.
would be receiving God's
Если Иисус говорит «Я хлеб»,
gifts. And if Jesus says, I'm the bread,
и, то есть у нас как бы получается не очень-то свежий хлеб.
sometimes the bread is not so fresh when we offer.
Все, я хотел бы, чтобы мы питались свежим хлебом.
So we would eat the fresh bread.
То есть, чтобы были отношения с Богом.
There would be a relationship
Чтобы
with
люди
Christ.
приходили туда
People would come to church
и менялись.
and change.
Without, O Lamb of God, I come, just as I will receive, will welcome.
Дорогой Иисус, я прошу Тебя, благослови, Господь Боже, вот эту съемку, Господь Боже, я прошу Тебя, пускай будет все во славу Твою, Господь Боже, не будет ничего лишнего, Господь Боже, но все, что, Господь Боже, намечено Тобой, Иисус. Благослови, Господь Боже, чтобы это было для славы Твоей, Господь Боже, благословение для каждого из нас, Иисус. Мы просим, молим Тебя, будь прославлен во всем, благослови оператору, Господь Боже, благослови нас со светой, будь прославлен во всем, Тебе хвала, Отцу, Сыну, Святому Духу. Аминь.